I'm going to think about how we're going to make our game a little bit more interesting. And one thing that we're certainly missing is a character for the player to play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose where the character is going to go, and it's going to start off just behind the maze in this section here. So I'm going to select my object tool, click here, and the main character is called Kodu, hence the name of the game. So I'm going to choose a Kodu character, and you can see it's added that. You can change the colour, but just hovering your cursor over the Kodu and choosing the left and right mouse buttons. I'll choose a yellow. So let's have a look at our character. So you can see our character is currently being added to our level. You can adjust the height by selecting your object tool, right click, and you can change the height. Again, left or right will change the height of the character. That's a very gradual change. Okay, if we play the game, let's see what happens. So we're playing the game. The Kodu doesn't really have anything to do, so there's not really a huge amount of interaction. The only thing you can really do is move the camera around. So what we need to do is we need to send a set of instructions to our game character, so when it receives input from the game environment, it performs an action. So let's press escape and do that. To program our Kodu, we're just going to right click. I need to make sure I've selected my object tool first. Right click and choose program. Select program here. The programming menu enables you to test for something, whether it's something in the environment, whether it's input from the player, whether it's a sound, and when you test, it will perform an action. So the when side is you testing to see if something's happening, and the do side is the action that it will perform. So the first thing I'd like to do is think about adding an input to check if the keyboard's being used. So I'm going to click on the plus next to the when and choose keyboard. So what I'd like to do is check if the keyboard, click on the little plus next to keyboard, whether the arrows are being used. So I'm going to check if the arrows are being pressed. And if the arrows are being pressed, let's see what the options to do are. So if the arrows are being pressed, we're going to move our character. So I'm going to select move. And you can choose move forward. I'll move forward. Okay. And so basically it's checking if the keyboard arrows are pressed. We're going to move our character forward. Let's play the game. To get outside of this menu, just press escape and it goes back to the main edit mode. Click on play to play the game. Now the camera's gone behind the player. I'm just going to move the character just by clicking on the arrow keys as we said, and you can see the character is now moving through the level, and they can rotate and go forward accordingly.